In this video, we are going to show how to register DOIs for a journal article. For this purpose, we need to click a button, Create a new project. We need to select type of object we are going to register a DOI for. In this case, it's journal article. And we need to mark what kind of data we are going to export. So we have two options. We can register DOIs for journal articles. It means that we are going to register DOIs for every article in this journal, and also we can register a DOI for the issue, the whole issue. In this case, we are going to show how to register DOIs for the articles in the journal issue, and we need to click DOI. Then we need to choose what kind of DOI generation mode we are going to prefer. We have three modes: manually, according to the issue number, year, and suffix, and automatically. As we already know our DOIs, as we had them in the printed version of our journal, I'm choosing manually. But if you prefer, if you don't know the DOIs and you prefer the system to assign DOIs for you, you can choose according to the issue number and the suffix. In this case, the DOI syntax will be generated according to this data, or completely automatically. So it's going to be a random conjunction of symbols and letters. So here we mark manually. So here we need to choose the journal, which is already set in the system. In this case, it's test journal. And we've got some data that is already filled, so it's automatically from our profile, for example, the name of the publisher, ISSN, and the resource, the language of the resource, the language of the journal. So here we need to enter the information about the number. Let's say it's going to be number 2, the issue number, and the publication date. If you have the information about volume or part, you can also put it here. And we also need to select whether it's going to be print or electronic version of the journal. So it's got a print version, yes. And I push the button save. So now I've got a page where I need to select the categories for the repository according to which the articles are going to be searched. So in this case it's philology. And after choosing, I close this window. And now I can start marking out the data to register DOIs for the articles. So for this, I'm gonna press Add Object, so the object is equivalent to the article. And I'm pushing the button Adding Open to insert the text of our article, which I already have prepared in the text format. It's better to have a Notepad or Word format to work with rather than PDF, because it's easier to manage the text massive, but it's also possible to work with a PDF. So let me see, I'm gonna choose the metadata of the article. I'm copying it from the journal and I put it in the text area here in the system. So, and I'm closing the text area, the editing of the text area. So as we already marked the DOI generation mode and we chose manual DOI generation, as we already know our DOIs as they have been printed, I have this information, I just copy it and I insert it in the field DOI. The next thing I'm going to do is choosing the title of the article. In case of English language. So here we have the language of our resource of our journal is English, so I'm starting with the English title first. I choose English title and I press the button article title. Good. Then if I have titles in some other languages, I can also insert this information selecting the title in another language and pressing the button translate article title. It's very important to choose the language of the translation. So in this case it's not English, of course, it's Russian, and I'm saving it. The next thing we are going to do is to enter the information about the authors. It's very important that the format in which the authors are presented are the following. So first goes the last name, and then name and second name. So I can select both authors of this article, and I press the button name of the author, list of the authors. And I see that the system recognized both authors here, and the language is English. I'm pressing save. The same thing I'm doing for the information about the authors in the other language in which I have metadata. So I'm choosing the authors, I'm pressing the button name of the author, list of the authors, I'm choosing the language, the corresponding language, in this case it's Russian, and it's very important here, be careful, it's not a new author, it's the information of the author that I have already marked, but it's information in another language, so I have to choose the equivalent in English language that I have previously entered in the field creator. So here it's this author, and here is this author. If I don't do this, what I'm going to do is enter information about separate author, and the system is going to recognize this new author as a new author, not the information of the author I have already marked. So I'm saving this information, and let's go on. So the next thing we can do here is enter the information about the abstract. So I'm selecting the abstract, and the affiliation of the authors. Completely forgot about this. It's very important. It's a required field, a required information. So here both of the authors are working in the same place. So I'm choosing their affiliation, and I'm pushing this button, affiliation, and I'm choosing both authors. Okay, and the same thing I'm doing with the other language. I have to choose the corresponding language. So, okay, let's continue with the abstract. So I'm choosing the abstract and pushing the button abstract, language English, save. The same thing with the abstract in another language. And I'm saving this. Okay, so now the keywords. I'm choosing the keywords in English and also in another language. Okay. Very important. Always be careful with the language because here this It's not that obvious that we have to choose the corresponding language, but always try to check it. Okay, and we need a URL of the material of the article we are going to register a DOI for. In this case, let's put some random URL. Article, let's say issue article 1. And we can also enter the information about the pagination. So let's say like this. It seems that everything is set. In case we need to add more articles, we just press this button here, add after object 1, and we've got absolutely the same working area to work with the information of the second article. But for the test purpose, I'm going to work only with one article, so I'm going to delete this area like this, and I'm going to register DOI for this article. I'm going to the project errors and registration, and I'm pressing the tab crossref for the object. In case your registration agency is data side, here you're gonna have the same tab, but saying data side for the objects. So pushing this, it's gonna check for the errors, and okay, there are no errors. I can see the results. So here there is a basic information about our article. So we're gonna have the list of the articles. In this case, it's only one article, as we have entered the information only about one article in the issue. But if you have like several, you can scroll down and just have a look at all of them. Just check for that everything is correct, because sometimes you can have some typo in the title or some errors with the author's names, etc. So here there are no any strange things. So I'm sending this article for registration. Clicking the button send for registration, and I'm saying yes. Okay, now this project has been sent for registration. Within 5 days, the administrator of the system is going to register a DOI for us, and the notification will get into our mailbox, the email we have in our profile. So thank you for watching.